Alright, so today I'm going to share with you my favorite way to travel for cheap and how I was able to spend a month in France for under $800. Alright, so this method entails a program called WWOOF, which stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And essentially it connects you to farmers or just people with gardens who need help on their property. So you come work for them, and in exchange they give you housing and food. So the good news about this program is that you can do it almost anywhere in the world, and the only expense you theoretically could do is the travel expenses getting to the farm, and that's it. So you go on the WWOOF website. It's about $40 for the US membership, but it lasts for a year. So you can browse on the map. I'm going to Vermont here, and it'll give you all the farms within that area that you chose. You can take a look at the pictures, see if it aligns with you. Read the description and all the information that they give you. It'll tell you what they do there. Maybe they have animals or regenerative agriculture, that type of stuff. It's important to look at the length of stay and any other important details, and definitely look at the reviews. If it's your first time, I'd recommend looking for a farm that already has some good reviews on there. So here's some footage from all three of my WWOOFs. Two of them were in France, one of them was in California. So I think WWOOFing is just a better travel experience overall because it's richer than traditional travel. You'll be in more remote and less touristy areas, parts of countries that tourists never go to. So it might just be you and the locals, maybe other tourists from that area. You have a chance to actually meet the locals. A lot of times when you go to France, go to Paris, it'll be just all tourists and you actually never get to engage with the locals. So it's a great opportunity to meet some people in the area. You'll make some great friends. My last WWOOF, I met people from California, Illinois, Mexico, and the food, oh my God. The food on these farms is incredible. Usually you can just go pick the fruit from the land, vegetables, whatever you need. I'm telling you, money can't buy the quality of this food. It's insane. Alright, so I'm gonna go over the expenses and finding the cheapest possible flights. So I use this website called Skyscanner. You can choose the airport and destination. You can click the Add Nearby Airports button if you want to find nearby airports that might have cheaper prices. It allows you to find the cheapest months to fly out of. Add flexible dates if you have no time crunch. And you can play around with the dates. See 169 for the second, or maybe 150 here. And just play around with the dates, find the cheapest option. And mind you, I booked my flight to Paris like a month before. I think it was around $500 total. And in theory, that could have been the only expense I needed besides getting to the farm. So I took a train from Paris to the farm. Might have been like $20 or so. And everything else is covered on the farm. So yeah, you could get away with just spending the amount of money it takes to get to the farm itself. And I'm not sure if this is the case for every farm, but I think the vast majority of farms will provide everything you need. So they'll provide food. All of the hosts I've had have brought me food, anything I requested, and there's always food from the land you can take. The best quality produce ever. And if you get to the farm and it doesn't feel like the right fit, you can always leave. There's no obligation to actually stay. And that's why it's a good idea to have like a financial safety net in case you do need to get out of the farm. Maybe you can connect to another farm in the area. And finally, just maximize your experience. You know, if you really want to visit Paris, but you're kind of on a budget and you want to spend a lot of time in France, I would say maybe choose a farm close to Paris. And then on the days off or on the free time, you can go take a day trip to Paris. And all the hosts I've had, they'll take you on excursions and, you know, show you around the area and provide you with great experiences, show you local spots. So it's like you have a local tour guide already. So I would recommend WWOOFing to anybody who is already like nature oriented. if you like gardening and the outdoors. If you're looking for a vacation, like typical vacation where you go to hotels and go to Gucci stores and all that, I wouldn't recommend it so much. You will get your hands dirty, and your experience might be really different from farm to farm. So even if you have never woofed before, you have no agriculture experience or gardening, that's okay. They'll find a use for you. Not that they're just using you. They really want to share their knowledge, and I think that's what most farmers do this for. But I still recommend it to anybody who's just looking to travel for cheap and learn something about farming. So work expectations can vary a lot depending on the farm that you choose. So for example, the first one I did, it was wake up at 7 a.m. We work for a little bit, have siesta, take a break, and be done with the day maybe by like 2 or 3. And the work really wasn't that rigorous. But this could definitely not be the case for every farm. Some farms might work you to the bone, so it's important to check the reviews and make sure they have some free time and you're not being worked too hard. So yeah, for the first farm, it was very relaxed to be done by 2 p.m. and I'd have so much free time to just like hang out and explore the area. And the second farm I did in France, it was just like watering 3 times a day. And I had so much free time, went to the beach and explored the town. It was just a great time overall. So while you could get away with only spending on travel expenses, personally, I don't think it's too much fun to not be able to spend money elsewhere on food and tourism. So I recommend having some extra cash to spend however you like, and also definitely have a safety net in case you have any emergency expenses and need some money. All right, that's everything for this video. Thanks for listening, and I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please just leave any comments and I'll be sure to get back to them. Thanks, guys.